I'm going to share with you 3 different tarot spreads. 2 are responding to direct questions. 1 is a general reading. Using the cards on a regular basis can definitely help to develop and strengthen our intuitive senses and ability. So here are my shamanic cards, which I bought very recently. And these are lovely, lovely cards. But I'm going to show you how they work, how to read cards intuitively. Okay, so now let's have a question. So one of my most commonly asked questions is, why is my love interest blowing hot and cold? I thought they were really keen on me. We were in contact on a daily basis, several times a day, but now he's taking ages to respond to my text messages. What is going on? Okay, so now I'm going to bring this person to mind. For argument's sake, let's call him John. So I've got somebody in mind, but that's not his name. So we'll call him John. Okay. So when the cards stick, this is how I do it. There you go. Where they want to go. Okay. So now what I do is I spread them out. And I just let my fingers do the walking. So I'm going to select 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do they want to be? 5. That's how I do it. You can do it any way you choose, but that's how I do it. Bear with me while I shuffle these all back together again. They're very slippy because they haven't been used much. Once a deck of cards has been well and truly used, it becomes a lot less sticky. Okay, so now we have the bells, beautiful card, deflection. We have fire, passion. We have great mystery, trust. We have the lower world, the past. And then we have the dream weaver, accessibility. So now, bearing in mind the question that this lady has a love interest who seemed very keen for a while, but now is blowing hot and cold. If we were going to read the pictures on the cards, I might say, well, she's deflecting. You know, maybe it's her, maybe she's got a subconscious fear of commitment, and so she's deflecting. It could be that maybe she's too passionate. Maybe she herself responded to full force, if you like. You could say possibly she was too trusting because she wanted passion so much. She was too trusting. But she's repeating a pattern from the past. And there is no accessibility. You could say she wants accessibility. She's dreaming of accessibility to a relationship. So that's one way that people could read those cards if they were looking. Just kind of looking at the images and kind of taking them literally and trying to piece them together. What do I notice when I'm looking at this card? Well, I notice the wind on it. You know, it's a pretty card. We've got these deer horns. We've got the dagger here. And we've got all these bells. And you can imagine it, can't you? It's a windy day and you could hear those bells tinkling away in the wind. And so this person has sort of blown into her life, if you like. The experience of it, the emotion of it blew into her life. And there was a little bit of danger there with this person. So it's not as if he was just a pushover. Somebody that she rated maybe a little above herself, maybe even punching a little above her weight, as they might say. So there's a sense of excitement, there's a sense of turmoil, kind of, blowing it all up in the air. There's a sense of risk, there's a sense of danger almost. And of course, we can understand then how this passion could come about if you put the two together. It's really quite exciting, isn't it? This brings out the fire in her. And so for a while, it consumed her. All thoughts of this relationship consumed her. And common sense flies out of the window. I mean, if you look at these two cards and you feel it, you feel that wind blowing. You see the dagger. There's promise there, but it's a little dangerous, it's a little edgy, it's a little sexy, isn't it? And it makes her feel sexy. And then it consumes her. So it's great fun. But then she wanted to trust. Then she didn't want this just to be all about the passion, the edginess. Suddenly she started to want it to mean more. She wanted to see another side to him. She wanted to feel that she could trust him. But you see, look at the image. The lion and the butterfly. Which one is which? The eyes are quite mesmerizing. So he's drawn her in. He's drawn her in. She's kind of mesmerized. And again, there is still that sense of danger. That the big cat could just suddenly consume the butterfly, could be gone. So it takes a lot of trust. She wanted him to be trustworthy. She wanted him to be edgy and a bit sexy and to be the alpha male. But she wanted to also to be able to trust him. And look at those eyes, they are hypnotic. The lower world, the past. However, there are still lurking in the shadows memories of past experiences. And I feel a great sense of disappointment here. That's what I felt in the centre of my chest. A sinking feeling, a big sense of disappointment. I don't want to go there. Even me just looking at the cards, and it's not even my situation. I don't want to go there. I don't want to be in that position. I don't want to revisit that damp, dark, cold place. But here we are again. And aspects of her past, not only that, aspects of his past, because although we can't see it, I have got this great sense of him hiding away here in this burrow hole, hiding away, watching. So in his own way, he did like her. But it was moving too quickly for him. And he was an instigator of that as well. It wasn't just her, he was an instigator. But he's scuttling away. And it's not satisfying for him. But it's what he knows. And this is a guy who may well go on and repeat that pattern again and again. The final card here, that my eyes are automatically drawn to the owl. There are many images, there are many individual images on this card, but the owl is the first thing that caught my attention. Wisdom, caution. She's still dreaming, she's still hoping. Part of her is not going to fully listen to what I am saying right now because accessibility, she still wants to have accessibility to this person. She's not written it off yet. She's hoping that somehow he will come to his senses. He will come round. He will suddenly, things will be the same way they were a few weeks ago, a few days ago even. But there is always something creeping up, isn't there? And so in this case with a love interest, there is always a temptation. There is always another potential love interest for him, stalking him. They're available. And this person is not for her. This person is not for her. She's been in this place, she's been in this place. She's going to dream on. She's going to dream of other people. She's going to dream of other situations. That's a part of her that lurks in the background. Can you see the face? It's always there in the background. She's had that expression on her face many times before. But she still believes, and that's good. There is still hope here. Still hope for a future love. She's still not ready to give up on the idea of this one yet. But she's kind of getting there. Wisdom is starting to speak to her. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to split the deck. Bones for casting divination. So she's got to sift through all the information. She's got to look for the signs, the actual signs. Not what she wants to hear, not what she wants to see. The actual cold, bare facts, the actual cold, bare bones. And also, it's about, honouring the experience. So it was an experience. It wasn't meant to stay in her life. It doesn't make him a really bad person. He's passing through just like she is. So they're both, neither of them are to blame for this. It is just part of the experience. And she must still honour that belief in love and in future partnership, as must he. They're just not for each other. But it doesn't mean to say that it was a wasted experience. And one last time, isn't that interesting? The shaman, completion. He has spoken. The shaman has spoken. So, there you go. That's how I intuitively read cards. And of course, all decks are different. They're not all the same.